Hello Virgo. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So this could be somebody that you've had a relationship with. You've been in a relationship maybe in the past or maybe even currently. Could be a situationship even. Could also be somebody who's simply exchanged glances with you and you know there's something there but no one's speaking up. Sorry, there's two. Also, I don't actually use any spirit guides. I never have. Only at the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel. So I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self and getting the answers that I need. A lot is going on here. Okay. Not bad. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say not bad. You got complete anger and rage right here. Somebody's really grumpy and angry. Very angry. All right. We have here healing, followed by pleasure, anger and rage, wild woman, selfhood, change, death and rebirth, nourishment. And then we have sensuality under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Virgo, what has happened between us has really made me think long and hard about who I am and what I've done, why I did what I did. I have changed my ways of thinking, and I have turned into a hermit because I need to and I want to isolate myself. I'm isolating myself because it's important that I be able to focus. A detached viewpoint from the world, not being bothered by any distractions. I'm in a mode of self-reflection, introspection, really wanting to know why certain things have happened and why they're not happening. And if I behave the way that I do, why on earth do I do it like that? Why did I do that to you? I want to figure out who I am, because it seems like I don't even know myself anymore. In this connection, I have felt a lot of pleasure with you. Spiritually and physically, I have felt this connection. And there is a lot of pleasure, joy, and happiness that I have gained in many ways. I do feel that in this connection, there is upsetness. I am upset. Not at you, but at the situation and the way things turned out. The way things are right now. I understand that you did what you had to do. But I don't know why I did what I did. Things could have been different. I didn't have to blow things out of proportion. I didn't have to act that way. I could have been more kind, more gentle, more soothing, more compassionate, more understanding. But I wasn't. And that's what upsets me. I wasn't any of those things. Instead, what I did was just not tell you the truth. In this connection, there is a sense of deceit. There was this feeling of not really telling the truth, the whole truth. And I do feel that in this connection that you and I have, I see you now as somebody who is very different. You've changed. Did you change on your own? Nope. Whatever you went through with me changed you as a person. Now there's this feeling of you being very defensive. I see you as somebody who is defensive, somebody who is guarded, somebody who's in the aura of being available now. This is how I see you. You might not be searching for somebody, but I see that you have that potential of finding a whole lot of suitors. And that scares me. I also feel because of this, I don't know how to really approach you anymore. Whatever I said, whatever I did, things have changed. Everything that happened in the past, it's difficult for me now to move on, move forward. Because I no longer know who you are. Before I thought I knew who you were. And I unraveled this mystery. But now it's like I have to start all over again. And the problem is, you are no longer the same. You have changed. And I know you have changed because of me. Right now I do want to change the situation. Things can no longer be the same. I want to take action, and I want it to be swift and fast. The way things are, they keep repeating. Now I know that we can't keep repeating this. I do feel that in this connection, it is important for me to be in that state of mind where everything that happened before, I can finally lay it to rest. And all that is to happen in the future, I now know that the road needs to not be bumpy. It needs to be, and it should be, smooth sailing. In you, I've seen somebody who is the perfect package. You have this way of fulfilling me, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, to provide for all of my needs, to help me when I need it the most. You are that type of a person. Yes, I recognize that. But do I move forward? No, I don't. Right now, I am extremely attracted to you. You are very attractive. Your skin, your body, everything about you. I do like the way you look, the way you walk, the way you talk. Everything about you is just simply amazing. I don't want that to change. And you are somebody who is so sensual and so seductive. Very natural. And what I see now and what I feel is the fact that you don't even have to seduce. It just happens. Your very presence is seductive itself. Overall, right now I have an issue, and it is to find out why I do what I do, and who am I really. For this reason, I have been very quiet. I've not reached out, I have not talked much. How I used to communicate before, things are different now. But for now, I am in self-isolation, where there is a lot of introspection. And that will take me time. Time to get over this. Time to find out who I really am. All right, Virgo. Interesting. So, a whole lot of things, a whole lot of things happening here. This person went through a situation with you, and it does appear that they did not recognize who they were. A lot of the times I get readings where I see self-love as an issue. If somebody does not love themselves and recognize what caring is, what love is, what taking care of someone is, right? They are not really able to do that to somebody else either. So this person feels as if there were certain things that should have been fixed and healed in their life, and it wasn't before. But when they met you, and when whatever happened between the both of you happened, it triggered something, and it made them realize that there was a missing piece, and therefore they started to keep their distance, and they wanted to know, why do they act like this? You were that trigger. It was all planned. They didn't plan it. Celestial beings, God planned it in your book of life. Now, this person, yes, they've kept their distance. Do they want a second chance? Absolutely yes. Yes. Death and rebirth. Beautiful card. So if some of you are hoping that, maybe this person's going to come around, like, do you want this person to come around? Yes, I do see that for sure here. Death and rebirth card, they've been through a lot. They knew things were not good, but going forward, they're planning certain things. They're trying to formulate some type of, here it's a potion, but they're trying to formulate something in terms of a strategy. How are they going to reach out? What are they going to do? What are they going to say? But even before they do that, they have to heal first. And for some of you, it might be vice versa. For some of you, both of you might actually be feeling the same thing because of the intensity of these cards. And remember, it is a general love reading. So in the comments, I know people are like, you're wrong. You don't know anything. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Just remember that this is a general love reading, and there are millions of people that sometimes view these readings, right? It's not just me, it's all tarot readers. And a personal reading is very different, right? It's very targeted. I feel your specific energy, and right now I'm feeling the energy of many. All right, let's have a look here. Illusion. Here we have the Lover's Path Tarot. This deck I look into simply because I find it easier for me to use in terms of the reverse. So here I have a look at what it is that happened in the connection in the first place that caused things to go downhill. So what really caused the problem? Some of you might know some of these issues. Some of you might not know, simply because the person might have just ghosted you. And then you are just like a leaf in the wind, wondering, what happened? I don't know what happened. And that's really bad, because the thing is, we can't really move on if we don't know what truly happened. We can't learn from a lesson if we don't know what happened. So here you have illusion and balance. These are two major arcanas. Illusion talks about fantasies, intuition, emotion, and enchantment. In the beginning, Virgo, there was a feeling in this connection where there was enchanted by love, for better or for worse. But there was also a confusion, confused by illusions that may or may not be real. Intense emotions. The need to know what is real. Now, what does that mean? Love. This person was in the connection when they had some type of affection. They started to wonder, is this love real? Now, in the reverse, this is what actually happened to this person back then, and they started to act very weird. Delusion, they were feeling delusional. Deception, there was a sense of deception, yes. Not 100% truthful. And they started to feel discomfort with emotions and with relationships. A lack of satisfaction from the relationship. Now, even though, Virgo, you may have given them everything, they still felt a lack of satisfaction. And usually I've seen when somebody does not feel satisfied in a connection where somebody's giving them love, it's because they're missing something. There's a lack of something. And so that's why this person has turned into this hermit mode, because they want to find out what are they lacking. So we have here balance. Balance. This talks about harmony, self-control, equilibrium. Now, I read the reverse for both these cards. So the reverse would be a lack of harmony, a lack of self-control, and not finding any equilibrium. Here it talks about imbalance and discomfort, the inability to find peace. Aha, here you have it. Here you have it. The inability to find peace within or with others. Lack of inspiration. Those keywords right there, inability to find peace within or with others, is exactly why this person turned into the hermit. Where are they going to find that inner peace? Only after they become detached from the world and they are able to concentrate on who they are, what they are, why they are. It's a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. For a human being, for this person's soul, for the essence of the spirit that they have, it's very important to do this. And like I said, this was a trigger. It's like a catalyst. And something that was supposed to happen. But having you in the relationship here, or whatever situationship or whatever ship this is, this person started to realize certain things about themselves that they didn't see and feel before. Only you brought out that part in them. All in all, it may sound like it's not good, but this is a good thing for this person and for their personal growth. I know it's a bad thing for you, and you don't want to be the experiment or the teacher or the guru. You don't want to be that. You just wanted to have a relationship. I understand that. But understand this. You could not have a relationship with somebody that thinks like this. And this is why it did not work out. The person doesn't even know themselves. Why do I do what I do? Who am I? They can't be with you. They're not in the right state of mind. Their personality is different than yours. You know who you are, and you know that you have love to give. Unfortunately, this person was not resonating on the same frequency as you when it comes to love and relationships. Their frequency was very different. All right, let's have a look at the Beginner's Tarot deck. So this is any actions, any plans, any intentions this person might have towards you. Ooh, talk about sneaky behavior. Seven of Swords. Sneaky, sneaky. Somebody doesn't want to get caught. Good God, I've never seen such struggle. Virgo, I know that's not what you want to hear, but I'm also just human. I have my reactions too. Just as you guys have, I have my own reactions. And mine are more intense because they're all coming from you. Like this is, look at this. I'm not happy seeing this. This is like crappy cards. I don't like this. From the darkness will come the light. Just remember that. Nothing stays dark forever. Nothing stays bright forever either. There's ebbs and flows, right? We have here Seven of Swords. This person, for some reason, has some type of a restriction. They're not able to be with you or to see you, to be with you in the way that you would want them to. It could be because maybe there's a difference of beliefs, faiths, religion. Could be you guys have, you're working at two different corporations and there's a clause in the agreement where you are not allowed to date the competitor. That happens. Yep. So there's something here where it is keeping the both of you separate, where there's some type of rule that's keeping you both separate. But wow, does this person ever want to be with you? And they want to be with you, and they don't care. They will be sneaky about it, and they will still come back into your life or be in your life in some way. Yes, they do want to enter your life and they want to be close to you. The problem is they know they can get in trouble if they do so. That's an issue. Seven of Wands here talks about struggle. They have a lot of struggle in their life. There's a lot of feelings of being overwhelmed. There's certain chores, certain tasks that they need to complete, responsibilities that they have, and they're very overwhelmed, and they're trying to complete all of these as time goes by, but it's a big struggle. And there's also a sense of distrust. There's a lack of trust in this connection coming from this person. We also have the Five of Cups. Your person of interest is starting to feel as if this entire situation is all their fault. I agree. Not being biased, but the way all of these cards are coming out, they do feel like they could have done better. They feel that they could have made the situation a bit better, and they never did, and now they regret it. They're crying over spilled milk. There are Two of Cups right behind this individual, and they are not seeing it. They're not seeing the opportunity that's being given to them. Here we also have the High Priestess. This individual feels and knows that this is a spiritual connection, a very strong connection. But they keep quiet and silent. They don't share their story with anybody. They keep very quiet. And they know that there's something unique and special in this connection. And they feel, for some of you, there might be some type of a hidden secret that they're keeping, a secret. Maybe there's a secret between the both of you. It could be a third-party situation, actually, because somebody here is holding a secret and you're not supposed to be seeing each other because there's restrictions. So there's sneaky behavior here and secretive. So could be definitely a third-party situation. Or a situation where, like I said, maybe you're from different religions and you're not supposed to be together. Your parents or your family or your society doesn't allow it. That definitely happens too. Now, here we also have Nine of Wands. So even though here with the Seven of Wands, this person was trying to get rid of all of these issues, it turns out it didn't really work. Their efforts really didn't work. They still have a whole lot of issues to deal with. Feeling very overwhelmed, but trying to pick and choose what task or responsibility they can complete first. So this is something that is complicated for this person. They're not really able to dedicate the time, energy, and effort towards you. And even if they do, they might have to sneak behind the scenes and do that. It's interesting here. It's a very different kind of reading. Typically, I would say this person doesn't have time, energy, and effort because they're overwhelmed with their work or something like that. And that is true. Yes, they are overwhelmed with either work responsibilities, taking care of a sick loved one, finishing up some courses. It could be anything. But the thing is, in addition to that, this person, yes, they want to dedicate some time to you. But even if they do, it's going to be in a sneaky kind of way, like forbidden love. That type of a way. It's a very strange reading, guys. Please let me know, did this resonate with anybody? Because I do see here the person feels regret. I see that they do feel a spiritual connection, but they're keeping quiet. They're not expressing it. They're being a little sneaky here. They want to be with you, but they don't want other people to know about it. They feel very much of a struggle. There's certain things that they know they need to overcome, and those obstacles keep coming up. And so they're having a struggle getting rid of certain things in their life that no longer serves them. But at the end of the day, here with the Nine of Wands, they do realize that there are a lot of things that they still have to settle down. They have to finish. Do I see any action here, Virgo? No. The only action I do see is the Seven of Swords. And even if this does happen, it can't be publicly announced. It's supposed to be something that's very hush-hush and quiet. Seven of Wands, Five of Cups, a lot of introspection, a lot of planning. But Five of Cups is not even planning, it's just regretting. So that's not even an action card, I would say. The only action they're taking is sulking and crying over the fact that something happened. Might not be literally crying. The High Priestess, no action. Just keeping quiet, keeping their head down. Nine of Wands, it does talk about a lot of feelings of being overwhelmed and wanting to get over all of those obstacles. All right. So, will this person reach out to you? Virgo, I do see that they will at some point, but be very careful. Because whatever is happening, it's not happening with the rest of the world knowing about it. So if you feel like this person maybe is attached to somebody else and they want to talk to you, they may need to keep it secret. That's the whole thing. Or perhaps you guys are from a different background. Maybe this person wants to keep it secret. The only issue, my dear Virgo, I have seen many relationships like this. I lived in the East for a very long time. The only issue with this is when you have two people from different backgrounds and you start to date, and if it's a forbidden kind of secret, it doesn't end well. There's no happy ending there. 99% I've seen is a never happy end. It's never a happy ending because they know that it's not supposed to happen. So why get involved in the first place? Because of love? That's great. But what happens afterwards? Are you really willing to invest all that time, energy, effort, love, heartache, and pain in that, and then in the end you can't get the person? Be careful and be wary of that, because this does happen. It happens so many times. We get involved with somebody that we're not supposed to, thinking that, oh, they'll leave their family, they'll leave their wife or their husband for me, they'll leave their kids. That doesn't happen. It's very rare that that happens. So if you have a choice, I'd recommend think twice about it. Think twice about it. You always have a choice anyway. You don't want to be in a situation where you're living in the shadows and you're just being like, what do you call it? Being breadcrumbed, right? You're not a pigeon. You don't want that. No, baby. You want to be that eagle, or that falcon, or that hawk that goes down and grabs that fish. That's what you want to be. Yes. Have that power. Be that power. That's what you are. That's what you should be. You don't have to go through this. I don't think this is for you. This is not good for you. I hope some of you felt that. I felt it. All right. Let's have a look what the angels have to say about this one. Curious. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. Okay, communicate clearly. Talk about it. Now, when you do talk about it, remember not to be sarcastic, not to be no kind of taunts, no mocking. Be very clear and concise when you're talking. Just remember, I've mentioned this many times in other readings, and I will always mention it. Memorize about 3 or 4 points. Literally memorize them. And then if and when you have the chance to talk, whether it's face-to-face, verbally, just over the phone, do mention those things. And if you have to text it, make it short and sweet. If you write paragraphs and pages, people do get lost in the details and they don't really care anymore because nothing makes sense to them. So try to be very concise and very to the point. The masculine energy is very much to the point. So just try to keep it like that, because you have to resonate on that frequency. You have to go to that level in order to get your message across. If you write a lot of information, people get lost in the details and they miss the point of the entire argument. All right, let's do this. Interesting. So I do see here that this is a spiritual connection. Some of you might just be twin flames, soulmates, or karmic partners. What I do see here is that the connection you have is very intense, and it's hard to let go, and it's hard to move on. It's hard to do any of that. It's not easy because of the type of connection you have. This could be a past life connection, and a few readings I've done, which is literally, it's called future life. It's a life that you haven't really, well, you have lived it in the spiritual world because it still exists. The past, present, and the future all exist at one point. So 200 years, 300 years from now, you might be together, for example, and that's also what you call a spiritual connection. I've done readings on that, where people have been in the future together. Not too many, it's very rare though. Now, here we have communicate clearly, as I mentioned before. Trust in the divine, trust in the Christ consciousness, and even trust in the Christ consciousness, the source, right? The Father of. And the Father is who we call the divine. Not everybody I know believes in the Christ consciousness. However, the divine is that one source, the one source that created everything. So you can always believe and trust in the one source that exists in this universe. Here we have yes. This is a romantic connection that is spiritually based. Yes. Some of you might have wondered. And I recommend some of you visit my other channel, Asnointia Audio. There are a few videos that may be of interest. One is called Past Life and Spiritual Connections. The other one is called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections. Some of you may find those very interesting, because it'll give you a better understanding as to why you feel the way that you do, what's so unique about it. We also have here, be assertive. Okay, be assertive. You remember how I was telling you that this person might just get you into a situation where it's very hush-hush, quiet, shh, kind of a situation. Not really telling anybody, right? Well, the problem here is also the angels here are telling you to put your foot down. They're telling you to be that person who is bold, courageous, and strong, who stands up for their beliefs and is assertive. You let this person know. You let this person know what your boundaries are, what your rules are, what makes you feel comfortable and safe, and what doesn't make you feel comfortable. And if they really want you, they have to abide by those guidelines. They have to respect what it is that you feel. Being assertive also means, many of you I've seen in these type of readings, you are not assertive because you're afraid, you're walking on eggshells. The reason we walk on eggshells is because we're afraid that our person of interest is going to leave us. And so we act and behave in a way where we're just quiet, we don't make a scene, we stay quiet because we don't want to lose the person we love. The problem is, they get away with a lot. And what happens? Sorry, that was my lip. What happens is that eventually this person will be the one in charge emotionally, and you will be following and chasing them, which is fine. Chasing is not a bad thing either. The problem is when you become dependent on them in that way, where your beauty and your life is defined by them. And what I see here is being assertive, with an exclamation mark, means to not lose that self-esteem. Your person of interest might, directly or indirectly, break you down. They might say certain things and do certain things in a certain way, or it makes you feel as if you are nothing without them. But you were something before them. That was you. Maybe even not the real you. But who you are now, as they say here, it is important for you to be assertive, because you can't have this person walk all over you and have you in this secretive kind of situation, or have you as a person on the side. Like, you have to be assertive. So definitely speak up, be bold, be courageous, do it in a very diplomatic way, in a very calm and kind way. Always use the I method. I feel this because of blah, blah, blah. I see this. What do you see? Use the I method. The I approach is always safer. It's less aggressive. And you can still get your point across. Okay? Here we also have reconsider. So, like we had here, a situation where you are with this individual, you may encounter this individual again, and when the time comes, it might be a little too much for you to handle, meaning you have to do something that's not going to make you feel comfortable. For that reason, Virgo, be assertive and reconsider what it is that you were going to say and do, what actions you were going to take, anything regarding the situation. Reconsider it. Here we also have, eventually, yes, there will be a peaceful resolution. Thank God. A peaceful resolution. A lot of stuff was happening in the past that just didn't turn out right, but eventually things are going to turn out very calm and smooth sailing. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing a very beautiful sunset, and it's just water. It's like the ocean. It's just an ocean, and behind there is a sunset. It's nice and red. The sky right now is it's like orange and red. Well, not red. You guys know what a sunset looks like. It's like orangey red. But it's more orange. I'm not seeing that much red. And on the left or right side, it's a little yellow. As it goes up, it's a bit more orangey, a bit more dark on the top. And the ocean itself is very orange color. But there's no waves. Like, it's just a very calm, peaceful ocean. At the end of the day, things will be very calm. That's what that means. Now, we have here also, listen to your intuition. Do you trust yourself? Some of you are shaking your heads. No. It depends. It depends on your experience. It depends on if you've made any mistakes. Learn from those mistakes and don't repeat those mistakes. That's how you become wiser, right? They are saying here to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is your higher intuitive self. That's your soul. Your spirit is new because you have a new body. But your soul is ancient. It's wisdom. It has hundreds, if not thousands of years of wisdom. And so your soul is much more older and wiser than you are. And so when you do get a little bit of a hunch, a feeling, an instinct, an emotion, remember these three things: feelings, emotions, and instincts. Okay? Especially your instinct. Those come from your soul because you've already been there, done that. So when you do want to listen to your intuition, notice those type of patterns in yourself and then do what you think is right. These messages were brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situation, Virgo. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I also wanted to just let you guys know I'm still taking on readings for love readings, personal readings. Those are my written report readings that I provide. You can go to my website, www.asnointia.com, and have a look at the whole description first before you place an order, so you know exactly what it is that you're going to be getting. All right? I think it was a good reading. But I also think that you guys need to kind of reevaluate what you really, really want in this connection. And are you getting what it is that you want? Do you have to change your personality and bend over backwards to accommodate this person? I'm sorry, you shouldn't have to do that. You guys know that. You do it for love, I know. But there's some people that start to take advantage of that and they manipulate you. Like I said before, be that bird of prey and catch that fish. Right? There's that place, the online site, I think it's called. Yeah, Plenty of Fish, right? Plenty of Fish. There you go. Plenty of fish in the sea. You might think, no, my fish is very special. Well, there are many soulmates, many karmic partners, and even twin flames. And you will definitely find somebody who was in your past life, or just a spiritual connection in general, and they will come back in this lifetime. Those are reoccurring patterns that we have. If it's not with one person, then we'll fix something with another person. Fixing meaning there's karma sometimes that needs to be fixed. Sometimes there's people that loved each other so much that in this lifetime they wanted to come back and they want to love each other again. But you never know. Like I said on my other channel, Asnointia Audio, I do have a few that are related to the spiritual connections. Have a look at those videos. They might help some of you if you're new and if you don't know about that channel either. All right. You all take care. Stay safe, and I will see you guys again. Bye now.